Hello chat, so recently I've been playing a new 7 Deadly Sins Origin game and I really enjoyed it. It is an open world RPG gacha game with 7 Deadly Sins franchise as its story core. And if you're asking why do I play the game, even though the game is really bad optimized and buggy as heck, well, Meliodas is the only reason. He's my first favorite anime character. I like his design, his voice actor, and his edginess. Now, into the topic of this video. The combat system in this game feels quite unique compared to other games like Genshin and Wuthering Waves, but it still has the same vibes. So in today's video I'll teach you all about the 3 unique combat systems in this game, which is Burst, Attack Skill, and Magic. For new fellas out there and new to this channel, my name is Alteryn, and I am an indie Indonesian VTuber. Prepare your notes chat, cause it's time to learn. Now first, let's talk about Burst. Burst in this game is not a character's ultimate skill. Yes, Genshin players, don't misunderstand it. Burst is a condition where the enemies enter a state after the elemental burst gauge below their HP bar is fully filled. There are 8 elements in this game and they all have own unique burst. Fire, cold, wind, lightning, and earth can give an elemental gauge to the enemy and fill the gauge by themselves. Till the rest of this video we will call them as primary elements. Holy and physical elements, however, cannot give their own elemental gauge to the enemy, but they can fill the gauge of the primary elements. So for example, after the enemy has elemental gauge like fire, holy and physical characters can help to fill the gauge. Now Dark Element, in the other hand, also has unique burst, but they cannot give their own elemental gauge to the enemy or even fill the gauge of the primary elements. However, after you fully filled the burst on the enemy with primary elements and attacking that enemy with Dark Element, the burst state will be changed to Dark Burst with reduced duration. Now after the burst gauge is fully filled, the enemy will enter the burst state with different effects. Fire Burst deals additional fire damage. Cold Burst applying chill debuff to enemies each time you attack them with cold attack and freeze them after 10 chill stacks. Additionally, attacking frozen enemies will break the effect and cause further damage. Wind Burst deals continuous damage and generates a small tornado beneath the affected enemies. Lightning Burst spreads your damage to nearby enemies. Earth Burst generates a barrier and gives damage increase buff up to 5 stacks. Dark Burst reduces enemies' darkness defense. And as I said before, there are no holy and physical bursts. Well, yeah, I don't know why. This burst mechanic is really essential since most of your DPS has a passive which relies on enemy burst condition. For example, Dual Sword Meliodas needs to attack an enemy in Dark Burst state 5 times in order to activate his unique passive. Now the question is, how do I quickly fill the burst gauge on enemy? Character with this icon is a burst charger specialist. Most of their skill set contain a high amount of burst gauge. Most of them also have a passive and additional ability which can further increase the burst gauge. I feel like this combat mechanic is simple but unique at the same time. But how do you guys think? And now let's jump into the next section. Attack Skill is like a QTE in PGR and ZZZ. So after you attack an enemy, you will gradually fill the attack gauge on the left side of your HP bar up to a maximum of 3 stacks. If you have at least 1 stack of attack gauge and switch to other party member while in battle, it will automatically trigger the character attack skill and consume 1 attack gauge. Most attack skills have relatively low damage multipliers, so it's not really worth it to build around attack skill damage. However, attack skill relatively has a high amount of burst charge and magic charge, which we will talk about it in the next section. Character like Hendrickson also has passive which fill 500 magic charge each time you switch into him. and I found this passive really good in certain comps such as Solo Burst Charger. Next thing about tag skill is you can also use it to counter enemy attack indicated by a blue glow. Well, not like Burst Gauge. Tag Gauge is relatively easy to fill since most of the character skill contain high tag charge. And now into the last section. Magic skill, or if you are already familiar with, it is a character's ultimate skill. The unique thing about magic in this game is the gauge is shared among all party members. You can fill up your magic gauge up to 7 magic orbs, which indicated above your HP bar. Each character has different magic orb requirement. For example, Meliodas requires 3 magic orbs for all weapon types. King requires different magic orbs across all of his weapon types, and so on. Now the same question is, how do I quickly fill the magic gauge? Well, the fastest way is actually Hendrickson passive. Yes, each time you switch into Hendrickson to use his tag skill, you will recover a total of 1,150 magic points, 500 from passive, and 650 from his tag skill. To further increase it, if you have potential 4, you will recover a total of whopping 1,400 magic points just by using his tag skill. That is almost 1.5 of magic orbs recovered. And yes, that is the fastest way to fill your magic gauge, as for now. Other ways to do are just doing tag skill, using skills, and attacking enemies. Beside that, magic skill also has an iframe in case you need to dodge enemy's fatal attack but somehow have no stamina left. Skill issue. And I think that's all for this video. This is really my first video guide since debuting as a YouTuber, so please feel free to leave a comment below what kind of improvement should I do to make a better video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe so I can get a motivation to improve my own channel. Hope this video helpful and thank you for watching. Ta-da!